Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. We're going to be looking at builds. Because there's nothing else to do. We have to wait for the next week for the new weekly freaking, what do you call it? Bounties? Quests? Missions? Turn this shit on. Yeah. That should be it. Give me a second, I have to fill up my bottle of water. Water! Alright. I'm back. So today we're going to look into some weapons, but first let's do the final mission. I left one mission yesterday. I also might look into some Warframes. Complete a mission with only a primary weapon equipped. Okay. Okay, muchacho, okay. Let's see here. I might look into Titania build again. I might look into a lot of these frames just to like triple check, see if I can squeeze something interesting or new into their into the frames. He wants me to use a primary weapon. Here we go. Alright, let's do this. Yep. Yup. Yesterday they fixed Prime Chamber on Vectis Prime Incarnon, so that shit is dead, sadly. Seems like Prime Chamber is not allowed to be used by the developers. It is not allowed. They also did that to Synth Charge. There was a interesting gimmick with Synth Charge, and they also fixed that. It was the exact same as Prime Chamber. There we go.
Mission complete. Excellent work,
Alright, this is finished. I'm going to be level 4 after this. So how many more do I have to do this? 3 more. Alright. 3 more. Oh, thank you. Perfect timing. Double affinity?
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting. Success. The captive is safely in our hands. Congratulations, Tenno.
2 more.
Well executed.
I also have to sell the hotshot. I always forget to sell that. I think hotshot sells for a lot more now. Might as well sell it. I really don't care about it. Like, at all. Warframe market. Please sell for at least like 400. Hot shot. Oh. What's happening? Okay, people are selling it for 450. Okay. 450. Maybe I can sell it for a little bit more. 460. Yeah, I'll put it at 460. So this. Let me see. Let me see. How much do I have a hotshot? Hot shot. No, not this. Hot shot. Damn, I'm already generating more. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, I have a full hot shot. Rank 5. Quantity 1. 460. Nice, nice, nice. And now we wait for money. Only Mesa like uses hotshot, and I don't care. She doesn't even need damage. She doesn't need damage at all. Plus, I like the other build more. The velocity impetus.
You are here to find our target.
That one at least like fixes problems.
Success. The captive is safely in our hands. Congratulations, Tenno.
One more.
Job well executed.
Triple say. Our last one.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
We're done. Alright, level 4. Awesome. So now I can look into builds. We're done with the Nightwave stuff.
Another job.
Okay. 200. Close to this. So the first augment is the Mars augment. This is going to take me 2 weeks to get. Alright, let's look at some Warframes. So what Warframe I want to look into here? So I already did Ash. Atlas, I'm waiting for like changes. Banshee's getting a rework, so I will wait. Already did this. There's nothing to change on this guy. Needs a rework. There's nothing for me to do here as well. She only has like one build. Already did this guy, waiting for the prime. This guy's finished, waiting for rework, which is next year. Waiting for rework as well. There's nothing else to do on this guy. Already released the build. Her build is ready. Yep, her build is ready. I might look into this build one more time. Yeah, I might look into it one more time. Maybe Rhino Roar over that. Yeah, I will look into it one more time. Garuda is still up to date. Goosey Boy is still up to date. Grendel, there's nothing to do on this guy. Nothing on her as well. Nothing. Already released a YouTube video. There's only one decent build on this guy. Ivara is finished. I just have to level her up. Yeah, I kind of have to. Jade is finished. Oh yeah, she has a skin. Nah, I will look into this, how to color her. What the fuck? I don't have this. Why isn't it opening up? Boo-boo. There's nothing else to do on Jade. Korra is finished. Kume, there's nothing to do on Kume. Kalervo, waiting for the Prime that's coming out this year. Lavos, there's nothing to do on Lavos. Limbo, already finished. Loki, I'm waiting for rework. Mag, nothing. Mesa, already out. Mirage, nothing. Necros, nothing. Neja, already out. Nidus, already out. Nocco, I'll look into a Nocco build. So Titania, let me add this to the list. See if I can change something on Nocco. So Titania, Prime, Nocco, Nocco, Gara. Octavia is up to date. Nova is finished. Nyx, there's nothing else on her I can do. Oberon. When was the last time I made an Oberon build video? October 16. I mean, I can add it to the list. Why not? Sorry, 2015. That's 16. I'll add Oberon because it was last year. Octavia, Roxia. I'm waiting for augment for her. So I won't touch her without... Yeah, I will wait for the augment. Protea is on the list. Corvax. There's only one good build I already released. Revenant. Revenant has nothing. Rhino. The build is still good. Saren. When was the last time I touched her? Last year. There's nothing I did on her. She also got no changes, no new augments. She got like nothing, so there's no point of me looking at her. So I got nothing. Stynex already released. Temple is on the list. Titania is on the list. Trinity, there's nothing she got. Urinal got nothing. Valbon is on the list. Vol got nothing. Already out on the list. When was the last time I made a Wukong? It was this year. Okay. Zaku is on the list. Yareli. There's nothing on Yareli. When was the last time I made a Yareli? I think it was last year. Yeah, Yareli Prime came out. Yeah, she got nothing. Zephyr, Valkyr, and SNO. I think SNO got a buff, but it's mostly buff for their portability. Not her. Their other abilities are still Garbaggio. They also nerfed this. They freaking obliterated this thing now. It has LOS. It was never really impressive, but whatever. It still is awful. So yeah, he's still like fourth ability. Also, they put the Constellations now. 14 meters. I wish this thing did damage. 2k base is not the most reliable. Already released the build video. I'm not interested in releasing another one. Alright, the frames we have on the list to look into are Titanium Prime, Noko Gara, and Oberon. Plus we have weapons. So what the hell do I do on her? Thermal Sunder still holds up. Corrosion Projection. Flow. Movement Speed, AoE. Nourish. I don't know if Nourish. I think Zata's will be nicer. Yeah. This is getting deleted. So, shit. What the hell do I do on her? Two layers of DR. She does have an augment. Let me remove Nourish. .5 radius. Holy shit, this is bad. 350 heat damage per second. That's the base. Explosion does 2,500, which is also not good. The explosion radius is 8 meters. Not good. It's also duration based. Gameplay wise, this is awful. Yeah, this is awful. Like duration based, long duration based diffusion that does like no damage. Let me see the augment. She does have an augment for the lantern. Maybe we can utilize the lantern.
Do you see anything interesting?
Here's what we can do for you.
Oh my god, I don't have this.
Just like the rest, tainted and ruined beyond
So attracted enemies take 100% more weapon damage. So they need to be attracted by the third ability for them to take more damage. I wonder how consistent this shit is. Hmm. Uh, it what it does is it's weapon damage vulnerable. But here's the thing, you have to build for range, you need to build for duration, and then you have to build for build efficiency, and then after that you have to build for... what do you call it? For strength. So you have to build for four things. Hey, money. Money, money, money. Zephyr. Dunes, hey. Item... hot shot. $460, yummy. Thank you for trade, son. Yep, that's sold. Sounds interesting, go for it. I need to buy it from someone. For Verse Avenger, it all depends on the weapon. For like horrible base scroll chance, Avenger is better, but for really good base scroll chance, Hotshot is better. And people mostly use it for like Mesa. I get some money back. I can sell a lot of stuff, but I'm just lazy. I'm just lazy. What is it called?
You're just like the rest, tainted and ruined beyond salvation.
What? 1 second, the man says. Yeah, that's why I sold the dunes. Some people really want that 300% kill chance. To me, that's money. It's like, you don't need 300% kill chance, especially on an arcane slot. On an arcane slot, you don't need that. And I only use it on freaking Mesa. And I really don't like it on Mesa. I like Impetus more because of... Impetus just fixes stuff. Hotshot doesn't really fix anything. It just pointless amount of power creep. There we go. Alright, we got the augment. The mod applies 100% final multiplicative damage, but only on the raw hit damage. It doesn't apply on it doesn't seem to apply on dot damage at all. Oh, it doesn't work on dot damage? Classic D. When an old Warframe doesn't work with something. I don't know how worth it this is. Also, does anything count as object on her?
The multitude of creatures you have immortalized would cry out in thanks.
Let's see. I'm still thinking how to make this shit work. Alright, let's see. Does anything work with her? One, nope. 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 Sculpture doesn't work. I mean, it doesn't really create an object. She just turns a enemy into a crowd control. Doesn't work on dots. Yeah, this also doesn't work on dots. Enemies need to be crowd controlled. That's another thing. For them to take more damage. Let me read the wiki a little bit more. I see a lot of negative stuff about the augment. And what about... Wait. Okay, that does work. It doesn't double your total damage, it's only about your basic ones. Therefore, the mod is literally limited to impact. I'm just reading all negative shit about this augment. The more stuff the more I'm scrolling down, the more shit I'm reading that is really negative. Not working, doesn't apply the exact amount of numbers it tells you it does. Just pretty much shows you how old Titania is as a frame. I mean, her abilities are awful. These three abilities have the exact same functionality, but they all apply a different buff. Like, you never use this for crowd control, you use this for status immunity. You never use this for buffing your companion, you use this to buff yourself, which is 50% of this is useless. And the way this works is clunky. You have to pretty much butthead everything you cast your second ability on. This is like unreliable crowd control that creates a unreliable buff that doesn't work on dots. Yeah, everything here that I'm reading. After update 37, the streamlining of vulnerable effect, now that this seems to be a final multiplicative damage, sadly it doesn't affect the status effect or damage for some abilities. Hmm. So that one fucking big does not affect damage over time except for blast. So wait, this only affects blast? Does not work on overguard after Razor Wing and okay. This is a bizarre augment. Alright, let's see how to build this shit. So we need range, we need duration, we need strength. So we can use narrow-minded. So the build is going to be like this. So we have to get rid of... So let's copy this build here. There it is. So we need to add the augment. So narrow-minded needs to go. Fleeting expertise, blind rage. All this shit needs to despawn. Then I have to add this augment. And now I have to somehow squeeze range, strength, and energy economy, which the Warframe does not have. Plus I have to squeeze. So if I do something like this, I fuck my range. But this gives me a lot of range for this ability. 38 meters. It's 20 meters base. It is 20 meters base. I think that's fine. I think I could just leave it at 100%. So now I have to build for... Let's do this. Double. And Tendency Fortitude. And... Ability restores health. So enemies need to shoot my health bar. This is not good at all. So now this degens 2.27, 2.6. Is this even worth it? She doesn't care about anything here. Range is also useless. Give me a second. All of this for this shitty augment, boys. I don't know. I don't know. Does she have other augments that are like interesting?
You're just like the rest, tainted and
Disables vacuum and razor wing, reduces damage by 40% of all airborne. What? This is so shit. Why is this an augment? Spellbind augment. Hitting at least 4 enemies with Spellbind grants Titanium 50 energy. The next cast is 40% more range. On what? The next cast is 40% more range? On the first ability? This is awful. What are these augments? Is this the only good augment she fucking has? Hmm. I think I'm spending way too much time on her, and there's no point in me building for range on this bitch. There's no point. I think I just make my energy economy worse, my damage worse, and now I have to remove something else that isn't this for an ability that is... No, I don't believe this is worth it. Doesn't work with dots. No, I don't see this build being anything good. Let's see.
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary be without...
Maybe I do build for a little bit of range. The thing is so old. She's so old. She's such an old frame. So every enemy that attacks this guy is going to take more damage. But if enemies don't attack this guy, attack me or someone else, or there's an overguard enemy, they don't take more damage. Plus it doesn't work with dots. It doesn't work with dots. Then after that I have to remove the second ability for Zatas. And your abilities also last shorter. So unreliable damage that doesn't work with dots. Where I have to butcher the whole freaking build just to make this thing reliable. No, I think this is awful. I think this is still the way you build titanium. This is the way you build titanium, boys. Pistolier and velocity. It works with dots. It says here, it literally says here, does not affect damage over time except for blast procs. The wiki itself says it. Does not work on overguard despite not blocking the... So it doesn't work with overguard despite blocking the attraction, which makes sense because they're crowd control immune. Well, there's no point to building around it. It's conditional gameplay. You heavily rely on enemies to shoot that thing. And you have to butcher the other stats just to make that one augment good. There's no point. This like has better energy economy. You can utilize your second ability for a little bit of duration, a little bit of survivability. It's just better. Damn it, dude! I was like, no, no. This here you can remove for something else. 105? Oh yeah, this is 55. Yeah, this is the augment. This is the mod you can remove for something else, but it gives you 20% DR, 20 DR, 24 DR, 40 DR. This also gives you evasion. You can also give yourself 50 DR with a 50% evade. This also gives you evade as well. So it gives you like a nice, satisfying survivability. Oh yeah, the butterfly is also proc 100% vulnerable. Yeah, the third ability augment is awful. I think the whole third ability is awful in general. Like these two at least are somehow useful, especially this. Yeah, nope. I'm not adding Titania to the list. It's the exact same build, no changes. I'm sorry, boys. I do have to add shards. She has barely any shards. She has Equilibrium shard and one Caspian shard. She's missing like 3 shards. The next frame I want to look into is Noko. The last time I touched this guy was when he came out, which was a year ago, half a year ago. Arcane Velocity gives you fire rate for your secondaries. And Titania's guns are second. Oh wait, aren't her guns not secondaries? Yeah, I believe her guns are not secondaries, if I remember correctly. I think last time I looked into this, yeah, she uses secondary weapons, but her Exalt counts as a primary. Or something like that. Let's check. Yeah. Is it? I think it also gives you a lot less fire rate because of Razorwing Blitz. And you don't need that much. I think this might be good. How many stats effects can she even proc? 6, 7? 7? That's pretty good. Half input stacks. I believe that's all the stats effects you can proc with this. Oh wait, I can also do this. Wait a second. I can change the stats effects here. Wait a second. Wait a second. So she procs with this blast, toxin, corrosion, puncher slash impact magnetic. So I can add like more stats effects here by giving this. I will use influence. So we're going to use viral damage, radiation, and it won't be able to do this. I'll put condition, whatever. Doesn't really matter. So let's see if this works. I completely forgot how this shit works exactly. Yeah, it works the way I think it does. And now you do this. 11 stacks. Yeah. 11 stacks. Can I add something else here? Maybe fuck this too, as well. Give this thing attack speed, just to make shit faster. Use this thing as a stat stick. Don't need damage. We're going to use influence just to spread stat effects. So can you corrosion, blast, I already have that. So vial radiation. I cannot add anything else, right? I'm missing gas damage. Yeah, I'm missing gas damage. No, we just do this. You use the weapon as a stat stick just to get some impetus stacks. That's it. There we go. And then you do this. Yep. You just do that. So we are like 2 stats effects away from capping impetus. Yep, that's a good arcane on her. Let's see here. This you keep because we proc toxin. With that we're going to proc corrosion. What does this give me again? Shield capacity. Ability efficiency. If I remove this, that's going to be 105. But I'm going to get 3 times... how much again? 3 times 11? So that's 33% ability efficiency. So this plus 33 plus 15. That's 153% with this. Without this is 138. So technically I can remove this for something else. Or I can just keep it because it gives me a little bit more ability efficiency and gives me damage reduction while airborne. There's nothing here that is impactful on her. I can technically add this, but I can also use one equilibrium shard. No need. No, nothing changes. I think this is the build. So 11 stacks of this is going to be how much? 6 times 11, that's 66. 66 ability strength and 33 ability efficiency. If you want to get rid of something, you probably have to replace the D polarity. That's going to mess up this build. This build is already fucked up. And I don't feel like investing more. There's nothing else to change here. It's another Zata's Razorwing Blitz build. What if we don't use Blind Rage? And use this. And get rid of that. And we use this. So this is going to give me 33%. That's 163% ability efficiency. So now I have room for something else. Technically nothing. Maybe I can just bring this back, and that's going to cap ability efficiency. I lost strength, so that means I lost fire rate, speed. I mean, who cares? You already mega cap a fire rate. This doesn't really do much. This doesn't scale at all, and this doesn't scale. I lose base damage, but better energy economy. What if fix ability? Yeah, get a lot of. Maybe this is kind of nicer. Maybe not even add this. You just use this, maybe? Wait. Hmm. Okay, I have an idea. This might sound crazy. Yeah, I do definitely have a lot of fire rate. She doesn't need a lot of fire rate, just becomes ridiculous, especially you just exhaust the exalted weapon way too fast. So this is something I never tried ever. Regenerate 7.5 shields when you kill an enemy with blast damage. Dunes, you use arc melee for like 10 seconds. You only use it for input attacks, and you go back to shooting your weapons. You don't use your arc melee. Arc melee is just there for stat stick. That's it. So I wonder, can you shield gate with this thing? Let's see. Okay, it says here for the Topaz shard you cannot shield gate. Okay. Okay, you cannot shield gate. Damn it! You cannot shield gate. I was thinking adding fast deflection and vigilant vigor. That's going to give me a lot of survivability. With that shard, I can just shield gate constantly. No, it just regens your shields. It isn't... It just gives you like regenerated shields by 7.5, up to 7.5, which is not a lot. That's a shame. Oh, look, so the wiki says here, you cannot abuse shield gating with this mechanic anymore. Digital Extreme updated Topaz Archon shards and hotfix 35.0.7 on the shield regeneration from blast damage does not work while your shield gate is active. So it did work. But they removed the effect. So it did work, but they removed the effect. I think this is still nice. So if I do this, that's going to be more ability strength, less ability duration. But if I do this, that's going to be more duration, more ability efficiency, but less strength. I lose like what, 44% ability strength? 44% ability strength. That's less extra damage, less fire rate, less fire rate speed than base damage. But I get like comfier gameplay. But I can also go for more damage Verse duration, verse sustain. So this gives me how much? $462.4. This gives me 392. You do lose a lot of damage. No, I'm not touching this. I think this stays the same. I did change this, which I kind of like, so you can easily get more stacks from Impetus. Alright, we're done with Titania. No more Titania, boys. We need to get away from her. I already spent way too much time on this bitch. Let's go back to Noko. So, what I wanted to do with Noko is just make him into a Shield Gator and remove the third ability for Rhino Roar. That's it. There's no point to using this. The problem with this ability is you disconnect yourself from using these abilities. So you lose all of your damage, you lose all of your clear for survivability. But you can just Shield Gate. So I do this. Do you even need this? I mean, there's nothing else you can add on this guy, right? His energy economy is completely fixed. He doesn't create an object, but he doesn't really need this. He like easily replenishes himself in seconds. I think concentration makes a lot of sense, most because you spam abilities, so you're always going to have that thing. So you're always going to have 60% ability duration, and this gives you 60% ability strength after 250 kills. Oh wait, there's already Rhino Roar here. Oh wait. There we go. There's already Rhino Roar here. Maybe we can do this. You pussy. For longer shield gating. Expertise? He doesn't need it. What do you need expertise for? How much does this even 80? I mean that's perfect. I think I'm doing it. Fuck me. I only have 2 more Omniformas. Only 2 more. Two more, boys. 2 more. Do you know what else you can do? Use Shade, and we remove this for Crepuscular. And not do Brief Respite on any of that shitty shenanigans. We keep all of this. Maybe Corrosion Projection is better. No, this gives you a lot more. Hmm. You're back in business, boy. No, no, no. Let's see how this feels again. I completely forgot how you play this guy. Sculpture for Gauss nuking? You don't create any object with Gauss. His 1 doesn't create an object, his 3 doesn't create an object, his 2, his 4. You have to like remove one of his abilities for helmet ability. For that, but it's not worth it. I'm not invisible, thank you. Nothing beats Rhinosaur. On freaking Gauss, nothing beats Rhinosaur. And his energy economy is just letting enemies shoot you. You just activate your second ability. You get a lot of energy by enemies shooting you. Energy was never a big problem on Gauss. It's just a lot of people remove the second ability for shield gating, but you don't really need to do that. I can maybe make this build better. I will just make it better. Also, why the hell is everybody calling me uncle? Holy shit. Everybody that comes here that is new just calls me Unc. What's happening? So maybe I can do this. It's just comfier, but you lose a little bit of damage. And if I'm at it, I will just do this as well. The fuck are you doing? I saw a video comment that you're 35. What the fuck? 39? Holy. I'm older than that, boys. I'm 129. I told you already. 129. Here, so the deal here is we lost ability strength for better sustain. That's it. Do you need sculpture on this guy? That's the question. Do we need this? I won't be streaming, boys, for next couple of days, but I will be back 25th. Or 21st. 21st. I will be back 21st. I might do like weekly reset days streams. I might do that. The reason why 21st, it's because Hero Siege is getting a new freaking expansion. I mean, with this, we remove flow. Where are the enemies? Muchachos, over here. Shield gaining also became better. But I was doing the exact same thing even without this. Wait, this is much better when I think about it. Because now you can play him more aggressive. Yeah, you can play him more aggressively now. You don't need to be very campy with him anymore. No, you can be a lot more aggressive. You just activate Bright Bonnet, and you can also use this ability if you want. Rhinodor just dips your damage. I can also just go for... Like, let's say some people don't want to do Shade. Right? You ignore Shade. You can remove Crepuscular. Use whatever other companion. And use Brief Respite. And you can easily shield gate because you're constantly spamming and you always have an energy. I mean, this is kind of fun. Now let me see against armored enemies. Also, I want to do this, mostly because why not? I'm doing this. Close your eyes. Brief Respite. Cat. Molt. Yep. We can also add this, doesn't really matter. We're going to add Worm, doesn't matter. And while we are still here, we can also do this. There we go. I will say one thing, this is a very ugly Warframe. Like, what is this? What the shitta? Alright, so tooth into this. Oh shit, I have no... Boys, I'm level 0, help! I always love being at the edge of my life. I'm always near death, boys. Buggers. Shield gating, woo! I mean, this is kinda nice. It makes you much more aggressive. You can, like, travel. I mean, I can also do 2 builds. One for Crepuscular, and the other one for this. Yeah. I mean, this is nice. This is very comfy. Alright, boom, boom, here, there, and now we do this. Yep. And you can very easily shield gate. Yeah, but not everybody's going to use Dune's shade. Do you understand that? That's why I'm making a build that isn't relying on a companion. That's why I'm going to make two builds. One is going to be this, and the other one is going to be not this. What the fuck is happening? Help! His fort ability also triggers freaking Arcane Sculpture. So all three abilities trigger Arcane Sculpture. Alright. Alright, we have two builds for Noko. One is shield gating and the other one is invisible. Do you know what's nice about this guy? Having more than 3 abilities that are useful. Fucking hell. Then you look at something like SNO, and then you go, holy shit! There you go, he's maxed out. Alright, we have 2 builds for this. Two builds. Build number 1 is this, build number 2 is this. I have to add Rhino Roar on both builds. Ugh. So I have to remove Rhino Roar? This is so retarded. I still don't understand why the fuck did they made it like this. Take that. Take this. Take this. Boom. This. This and that. There we go. So I just copy this build here. And we just change it a little bit. So we use corrosion projection. We remove this. We use Arger's secrets. And we use crepuscular. So now the thing is, if you're camping, you can also remove this from Molt. What's the duration on this? 38 seconds. 31. Yeah, you can easily recast, and you can also recast this. I mean, you always spam this shit. I think this is a meme. I don't want to confuse people. I will just do this. Invisishroom and get a shroom. Shield gating shroom, get a shroom, and Invisishroom. The all helmet. Don't have it. I need to change him. Let's make him default for now. I also have to explain this. 45% more damage when with toxin stats effects, and his fourth ability is his main ability, so this is just going to do a lot more. This is also a multiplier, which is huge. And if I were to use ability strength shards, 15%, that's going to be 45% ability strength. That's not going to do anything here. This is going to restore more energy, but it's unnecessary, and it's going to give me a little bit more ability strength. He already gives way too much. And because this is going to give me 140% ability strength, I think even more because of Crepuscular and Multi-Augmented. I didn't see how much. So this is going to be nearly... Maybe it's over 100% damage increase. That's enough. So yeah, I think green shards are better than red shards, but I will mention 50% ability strength shards for people that don't have green shards. 2 yellow for cast speed is a no-brainer. You do spam abilities a lot. And I believe everything here is fine. I think that's fine. I think this build can use Cunning Drift, because you're going to be invisible. But does this do anything? 8.4? I mean, it does increase by a decent amount. You get 0.45 range on this. 0.45. And you don't use weapons. This is better. Yeah, this is much better. I mean, dudes, here's the thing. If you're in your animation, your abilities, which you always will, you can ignore knockbacks. And you don't use weapons for crowd control, for clear. If I knew about that, I wouldn't add freaking Omniforma, and I can just use this deep polarity and put it here. No, that will fuck up this. Never mind. Okay. Click. So this build. Is there any changes I should do to this? I think Rhino Roar is the best one. But Carpal Tunnel. He is a Carpal Tunnel. Dude, Hydroid was a Carpal Tunnel. That YouTube video I made for Hydroid, holy shit. I was spamming that first ability like a motherfucker. Mega spammer. I think I remove this for Rhino Roar and we use it as... Yeah, we're going to do that. Oh man, I have to do it double? Fuck me. No, wait, I don't. I think I will be fine. I have to be fine, please. Oh, you fat fuck. Dude, why is he always eating this? There we go. Kalervo next year. Technically at the end of the year. He's getting a prime at the end of the year, so I'm going to farm the fuck out of him and make like 2 build videos. Maybe 3 build videos, maybe. Maybe 3 build videos. Well, technically builds, not build videos. The first build is going to be my build, the one I enjoy. The second build is going to be the one with range, with the augment to restore overguard. And the third build is going to be something like Caster Kalervo. You use your 4 and your 3. And might do like Bright Bonnet. So you can spam your 3 a lot while also building full. Let's see how this build works, shall we? I made this build quite a while ago. So her 4 proc Sculpture. And we should be fine with energy economy. Should. Is it guaranteed? No. The problem is the beginning. We have no energy economy. Yeah, the beginning is going to be a problem. There we go. So you do this. What? There we go. So you do this, into this. Maybe flow. The damage it does is so shitty compared to the first ability. Yeah, it's kinda shitty. I have to use this on me. I forgot to use this. I'm not a big fan. Like, you can do this, but you need a lot of ability strength for this shit to do damage. This is so much worse than spamming your 1. It's slower, it's using more energy, and it's worse damage. I don't know, I don't want to bait people into this. It's just so much worse than Sweep Sweep. Sweep Sweep like pisses all over this. Sweep Sweep scales better. It's faster. It can utilize influence. The damage it does is just like shit. So it does... So it has a damage multiplier. Starts with 1.5, which is kind of low. So you only got like 50% base. And it has base explosion of 800. Dude, you need to have so much freaking ability strength for this shit to do damage. Maybe I can like nerf range a little bit. Mostly because the fourth ability does scale quite high with range. I need to increase the multiplier. And the best way to increase the multiplier is by removing overextended. So overextended needs to go. We do lose a lot of range, but we only need range for her one. But because this is a fourth ability build, this thing has a really high range. So now we have 2x damage multiplier. I believe it's 1.99. So we do that. And then we add more strength. Wait. There you go. 2.45. That's good. Alright, now we have some damage. Now I have some damage. I do have Equilibrium, Prime Flow, and Sculpture. Alright, baby boy. Let's see. Let's see, boys. Damage is much better now. The multiplier is much higher. We also have Rhino Roar, which is going to be much stronger now. Alright, we need energy. We need energy. Come on. And now. So now we should be doing a lot more. It's still shit. It's still fucking shit. It doesn't seem like the damage is that high. $50. Not even 10k. Yeah, you need so much ability strength for this shit to do damage. Not worth. I'm not going to beat people. I think Sweep is still up to date and good. Not worth, boys. Not worth.
The system continues to fall into chaos. Check navigation for active invasions.
There we go. So let me remove Gara from the list. Boom. Last Warframe to look into. Oberon. So this is the tank supported build I made a couple of months ago. Maybe remove this. Arcane Blessing. They definitely use something, dunes. They're not killing enemies with with that fort ability without any certain buffs. I'm not missing anything. That ability doesn't really scale it well. 800 base damage with a 1.5 multiplier. You need a lot of ability strength for that shit to do damage. So this is the tank support build I made a couple of months ago. So should I change something here? How did this build work again? Should I get rid of tank support? Was this even popular on my Warframe? Let's see. Oh my god, it's popular. Why do people like this? People really like this. Smite, the caster build? I remember the caster build. Should I do anything here at all? Universal Fallout to get rid of this, add more range. And add power drift, stronger power drift. I think this is nice. So how much armor will this give you again? 100%. Okay, but how much? How much armor are you going to give me, you son of a bitch? Simulacrum time!
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary
Died Revenant. I still don't understand about immortality passives. I still don't get it. Like, you finally gave him some kind of EHP and then you toss it all down the toilet by giving him immortality. Like, cool. So you do this, and then you do this. Okay, so you get 1,260. And allies get a double. So 1,260. And I have 1,200. Oh, this just doubles. I'm an idiot. That's what it means. 100% armor. He just grabs my armor and doubles it. That's what it means. Fuck me. So it also gives me another layer of 1,200. How much armor is that? So that's 2,500 and and 20. That's 90 DR. Nearly 90 DR. Nearly 90 DR. So the way they made it, or the way Pablo made it, is he intentionally formatted this into giving you exactly or nearly 90 DR. So it's like every other 90 DR ability. Kind of lame. He didn't want to give us like more freedom to do some real weird numbers. This is something I never liked about Pablo. You just follow his footsteps. You know, they never allow us to experiment. He knew exactly people are going to do this. He knows the amount of armor Oberon gets. And this will double it, so yeah, this is all definitely... It's like staged. So we are... How close are we? 100... so he is 180 armor away from exactly 90 DR. My voice. So we are just 180 armor away from 90 DR. So there's no point in building more armor. He will just create mega diminishing returns. Armor already has a lot of diminishing returns. A lot. Once you go above like 2700 armor, you're getting like barely any armor. So 90 DR with health regen and adaptation will lead to like decent amount of EHP. Didn't this guy have a augment for this? It's like 200% more duration, right? Yeah, not worth. So yeah, you use this with Prime Flow and you're good to go. This, and these two, plus this. This is enough. Yeah, you don't need to go for more. Also, is there any point of me using this now? So if I remove this and use, let's say, corrosion projection. Or let me just remove it for something else that isn't this. Let's say that. Yeah, this is always 100%. So there is a soft cap for this. I assume the soft cap is 200. So it's definitely 200, right? So Blind Rage with Power Drift. Now let me remove this. There we go. Smite Infusion isn't good. You don't need radiation damage. Hey everybody, I'm going to give you radiation damage. Yay, thank you. You fuck up my freaking elemental procs now. Yay, we proccing radiation, doesn't do anything. Woo! Thank you, Oberon. Thank you for slightly griefing us. Okay, so... So 96. So you kind of have to use growing power. Yeah, you kind of have to use this. I think growing power... You don't need to use power drift. There's no point. So you can use cunning. Yeah, the moment this procs, you use this ability. Then you activate this and you're good to go. So you just shoot an enemy, get growing power, activate your third ability, and that's it. You're done. There's no point to adding more strength. Alright. Caster. Here we go. We have to do a caster. People do play that caster bullshit. If I remember correctly. So we have to use universal. And because we're doing caster Oberon, we kind of have to go for this as well. And because we're spamming abilities, technically, are we spamming abilities a lot? Oh wait, we have to use equilibrium. Oh wait, this is equilibrium, right? Yeah, this gives us universal orb. Asking people for one shard is not that a big. I removed the rod. Wait, what dunes? No, you need to get 25 ability strength. And shards give you 15, so you're missing 10. So with just growing power, you don't have to use a red shard at all. Like this, triple umbras with this isn't enough. I have polarity problems. Like, you're definitely going to use this. And you're definitely going to use stretch, auger reach. Help! Do you need to use growing power? I think you do. Eh. I'm using this. Yeah. I'm happy with this. We're going to use one equilibrium shard. Let me just do that right now. Let me just think. I think this. I think. Let me think now. Is this enough? Let's try it out. Oh wait, you have to use Rhino Roar. The fuck am I removing? I'm not believing. So what the hell do I remove here? So you have to use this for orbs. Do you? This armor strips as well. Maybe you remove another yellow for cast speed. Let's see how it feels without Rhino Roar. Let's see. I'm kind of curious. You do need to keep the second ability for radiation procs. Like here, the epitaph, yeah, you will see like big numbers. Big boy numbers. I made a build video, it still holds up. If you want to see like stupid numbers, this is quite good. I might remove Hornet Strike. Like keep this, and this. This needs to go for something else. But what? Maybe do that. And add something else. Oh, this. And you add this. Boop. And that's going to be nasty. So you do this. How does this ability work again? Also, can this guy stop shooting? Stop. Oops. I do know this can... Yeah, there we go. We're one-tapping. Yeah, this is one tap. There you go. So you need to have like viral procs. What if I don't like armor strip? There we go. So that also one taps. What if I do... No! Did I fuck up? I fucked up. Let me just equip my sentinel just to pick up orbs. Dude, I'm always misspelling these bitches. There we go. Holy. So if I just proc this... Did I miss this guy? I hit the guy behind. There we go. Alright, let's see this gameplay in game. Let's see. Maybe you don't need to use Rhinosaur. You just have to have 2 shards. 2 shards. That's it. Alright, come down here, you small pussies. Um... Give me a second. There's something I didn't test. Smite only works on the enemy you target. It doesn't work on the AoE. The AoE is like nothing. So you have to use orange shards to multiply the damage with radiation procs, proc viral on it, to have 100% like one shot. But it only works like on generic enemies, and there's like a build up. It's not the most reliable clear. The AoE just doesn't do anything. There's something I didn't test. This. That isn't an object, Sag. Yeah, that's not an object. I wish it was. I'm disappointed. Popo. Let's go back into the mission. I like the tank Oberon more. It's just you're doing all of this just to one-shot that one enemy, like whatever, dude. And you can only target like generic enemies. Like, whoa, you one-shotted a freaking bombard. Woohoo, dude. Awesome. That's awesome, dude. Pretty cool. That enemy was really dangerous. This is mostly for like endless game modes. You cannot do this in like regular missions. I think if you want to use this for regular missions, it's better for you to use like Tank Oberon. He's not that energy hungry. This tile is poopy for this build. All these enemies you can easily like one tap. Look at that. Xmas enemy despawned. This guy didn't have radiation. I imagine if my companion also shoots, I will generate even more energy. Boop, 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 boop. Just touch something and it just despawns. Really unnecessary. Touch. Click. I don't like this build. I don't know if I'm ever going to show this build to people. But I kind of have to make YouTube videos slightly longer. Alright, the Eki boys here. And these guys are immune to viral. So I can't really one-tap them. Plus, you can only generate 4 stacks of radiation. So against Acolytes, you have to like use weapons. Yeah, no damage at all. That's why I never liked abilities that like only works on generic enemies. Like I don't care about you one-tapping generic enemies. That's why I don't like Oberon's 1. Hop. Click. Clickety. Click. Click. Alright, that's enough. We've seen what the build can do. I ran out of energy twice. And I have like 3 layers of energy. It would be 4 layers if I had the companion weapon. Gigachet Saren? I'm going to change that soon. The Gigachet Saren. Maybe the music is going to stay, but the outro is definitely going to be changed. Roar doesn't really do much, dunes. You'll one-tap without Roar. You can one-tap without Roar. Because the ability is health-based. Yeah, this is a health-based ability. The base damage this thing has is horrible. Where is it? So yeah, it does like 500 base damage with additional 35. But that's percent. Then it says here 73.15. So once you get growing power and this, plus these two, with 1 viral proc, that's a one-tap. With 1 viral proc, that's a one-tap. So now we can also try it out. Oh wait, I can also try it out on these guys. Babu?
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary be?
Oh wait, no, wait. I believe I cannot add viral procs on these guys. Yeah, you cannot. Let's see without viral procs. No, you still one-tap it. You still one-tap it. On pause. Yep, you killed this guy as well. 13 million damage. I don't know if I need to. One tap. One tap. Nearly one tap, but didn't have all of the stuff on him. One thing you should worry about, I believe this does like current damage. So the less health the enemy has, it does like no damage at all. So you have to like one tap it. If something survives with less like 20% of HP, there's no point to spamming this. So I believe this is it. Is there anything else I need to change here? I don't believe so. I should have tested this without 2 of these. Maybe you only need 1. For the sculpture build when? Tomorrow. Tomorrow is the build video. But yesterday it was tested. Tomorrow is going to be the YouTube video. Yesterday I tested it. And it's good. It's good. I'm also not streaming tomorrow, boys. Limbo build when? After the new Warframe. When the cold Warframe comes out, after all of that, I will release a Limbo build video. Level cap ready? Protea, you can. Because of her 1. But her 2 kind of falls off a level cap. You can like kill enemies, but not really fast. Not really that fast. What is the new Warframe? It's going to be like a female Frost frame. Like cold Warframe. Don't really know about her abilities or how she looks, but that's the next frame. I believe this is it. There's nothing else for here for me to change. Energy economy, energy economy. Energy economy, and you also use... You can use... I will say this is the best thing you can do on Oberon. Use Tazi Core with viral electricity to generate viral procs. And with these 2. I think this is kind of nice. That's another layer of energy economy. So you have 4 layers of energy economy. Maybe growing power doesn't really do much here. Does it? Does growing power do anything here? I don't believe so. For the first build, it kind of does something. For the second build, maybe it helps with the first ability. Doesn't, unfortunately. Let's say it doesn't. What the fuck am I removing it for? I think the only good thing here you can remove is like brief. I think brief might be a good thing here. Use brief with this, you will have like a little bit of shield gating, I guess. That works. But I can't do it. Yeah, I think this is the best thing. The Zaku's 2 proc sculpture. No. Pillage. Pillage is still good on Zaku. I like Pillage more than his third ability, mostly because he makes you less stationary. So, with growing power and this, you just press Pillage twice and everything is fully armor stripped. Plus you get shields, plus you can shield strip enemies and shit. It doesn't make you stationary, it makes you mobile. You don't even need to use growing power. You can use something else. Let's see. Let me just check something. So if I didn't use growing power, and I just spam pillage twice, is that a full armor strip? Maybe they will have like 1% left. Yeah, they have like 1% armor. They have like 1% armor, so you kind of have to use growing power. Oh wait, you don't, right? Pillage can all. No, 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 no. I'm wrong. You can just press pillage 3 times. Yeah. But that's like 3 times. Ugh. You kind of have to use growing power. Or maybe vulnerability string shard. Oh my god, never mind. I already have all of them. Never mind. Growing power it is. Maybe remove power drift for conning drift and use like brief or something. Or maybe keep knockback immunity and just use this. I think this is fine. This is fine, whatever. 2 if you have growing power. That also caps on time rift. Zaku with Terrify, that's a 100% armor strip. You correct tunes, but you don't restore shields, and you cannot armor strip certain enemies, and you cannot shield strip. Corrosion projection, I mean, same thing. You still have to press it twice. So with corrosion projection, you have to press it twice. With growing power, you have to press it twice. But growing power gives you slightly stronger extra damage, slightly higher damage on these guys. Not really. Slightly better pillage. But yeah, you just have to do this. I mean, you're always going to do this. I believe these guys also proc. No, they don't, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter really. Your companion, you will definitely trigger growing power. One, two, and armor gone. Yep. Zaku! That should be it. Every other Warframe that is on this list that I created needs a rework. Banshee, Equinox, and Ember. Banshee's getting a rework this year. Ember is getting a rework next year with Equinox. Yeah, she's getting one. Maybe she's getting one next update? Question mark. Dagot, I will wait for Prime Dunes. She's not played at all. Did I get any viewers from Dagot? I made this June 17th, 2025. This is the old format. So after a year, she generated 5k viewers. Yeah, I made a Evade build on Dagot. Yeah, I'm not touching these frames right now. Oh yeah, I have to... Oh, she's leveled up. Never mind. I believe this is it. For now, these guys are up to date. For now. Until D does something. Adds an augment, rework, new helmet ability, new arcane, new mod, who knows. Have I tested the Kuma with a new augment? I did, it's not good. Sadly. I also added Rhino Roar, and it's not good. Weapons. Let me just check something out. So tomorrow I'm releasing Protea. I'm still thinking how the fuck do I do this? Let's see. So should I keep this? This is also at the damage. So 2 layers are at the damage. This is weak point damage. So what will happen if I do a Bane mod? Alright. Do I have a regular Excalibur build? No, I only have the Umbra. But I will use the exact same mods. Two... 475X. I kind of like semi-rifle cannonade. .7. 4.7. 6.2. So 1.1 against these guys. VNA. It was a health tank. Someone did play this on level cap, and he said he did it without dying. If he did it on level cap, I mean, the build is fine. Because for regular, for pretty much everything, it's fine. I forgot about this. The freaking health shards. Blast, electricity, and magnetic. Influence. His armor is so low? No, he has horrible base armor. The base armor is freaking horrible. 315. Yeah, this gives you only 180. With this, you will have more than enough armor. Even if something were to reduce your... Let's say a heat proc onto you, you'll still have 800 armor for arc and persistence. And heat procs do exist on enemies. For example, Eximus enemies, like Jade lasers, they proc heat. So that does reduce your armor by half. So you kind of have to use this. Because a Jade laser can turn this shit off. And then you just die. Umbra melee mods worth doing anything with? No, sadly. Conditional will give you a lot more damage. And Gallon Steel is better than the other one. Sacrificial Steel. I have to Google something. Alright, I'm correct. Okay. I had to Google something to see if I'm correct or not. Is this all correct here? Why is Vicious Frost level 1 to 3? I don't remember. Maybe because of this? I think it's because of that. How many hours? Let's see. Library, it says I have nearly 9,000 hours, minus 9,000 hours of my life. Of my life. But in Warframe, it says I have... time played, nearly 4,000. This is time played, so you have to be in the mission. So half of my freaking hours were Simulacrum, Dojo, Orbiter, and some other location, Relay and stuff. Me going AFK. Kick W. So I think this is fine. I will just have to mention this. If you don't have this, use Blader Downs, Bane mod, or anything. Yeah. Riven, Bane, Blader Downs. The only reason why I'm using Hammer Shot, it gives you critical damage and stat chance for more consistent blast procs. That's it. Because this thing already does a lot of damage. 34.5% chance for blast. I mean, that's there. Oh yeah, forget about this freaking Incarnon. Yeah, this Incarnon after release. So you get how much? 576%. I mean, that's good damage. Better than anything else. So single target, you get like massive DPS. Let me see against Babu. Yeah, good damage. Still not the greatest in Karnon, but it can kill. Look him. How much you wasted in Destiny? Dude, I wish I can like get all of my freaking time back from playing Destiny. I regret playing that game, man. Fuck that game, dude. Fuck Destiny. I liked some parts of the game, but once you get to the end game, the game is so fucking boring. The whole adventure at the beginning of Destiny, doing all those missions, were hella fun. But once you get to the end game, it's just so freaking boring, dude. I play the I only play PvP. Once I get to the end game, I just play PvP. Uh, Kuwa Brahma. I already did Kuwa Brahma. I don't know how many people are going to like this. I mean, it's fucking something. So this is something. I mean, the damage it does is quite nice. The Banshee. This is so freaking old. These colors, I don't know how old this skin is. I haven't changed these colors since this skin came out. So if you look up the skin, the date on it, that's how old this freaking color palette is, you know? I wish there was something more to look into. Son of a pussy. Cool Brahma, cool Czar, Fenmore. Let me look at Fenmore one more time. That's a Warframe. There's nothing to play, boys, just so everybody knows. Just so everybody knows there's nothing to do. I will be in Simulacrum all the way to the end of the stream. VHM. It's all good. Banshee cannot stop War Guard units from using their abilities. Silence disables their abilities. But they might change that. with the rework. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe they're going to leave it alone. Rubico? There's nothing to do on Rubico. Here we go. I will recommend to do this. There we go. No, not that. Freaking. There we go. There's no point to using Galvanize app. Only if you prime, then you can do something like that. Remove player rounds for that. Semi-rifle cannonade doesn't work on this thing because this thing is... Oh, wait, it does. Let me think. Lanka? I believe someone did mention Lanka like a couple of days ago. I don't know if this is worth using. Is this worth using? What the hell is a Lanka? This is a Lanka. This thing is a Lanka. This thing ate 6 formas. Son of a pussy. It's a charge sniper. You have to charge it and shoot it. Goodbye. No, wait. There you go. It's a charge sniper. It has like 0 clear. Vidaria. Oh, I remember Vidaria. So should I even use this? Gives you punch through. I believe there is a decent diminishing returns with these two. I need to think about this. We can test it. I mean, we are already here, so why not test it? I see 1.4. .6, 2.2. So this gives us more cool damage, but we lose the ETA damage. But the ETA damage always gives us diminishing returns because of that hit. Yeah, this does more damage. Makes sense. 1.6, 2 point something. 1.5. Yep. Perigale is top 5 strongest single target weapons in this game. This thing is top 5 strongest single target DPSers in this game. It's a really powerful weapon. It doesn't matter how you build this thing, it's always going to do good damage. Always. Look at this thing, man. Beast. 100% ammo efficiency. Disgusting. So, Rubico. I do have to make a Rubico build video. When was the last time I touched this thing? November 2025. It's been half a year. I will add it to the list, but all the way down here. Let me fix this. Vital Sense, Blader Rounds. Let's see here. Target acquired. Can go here. No. Galvanize, scope, chamber. I have polarity problems. I hate this. Cryo rounds. Heat. What else did I use? I already forgot. Oh yeah. Critical. Delay. Oh wait, can I do this? Perfect. There we go. Elite ball people. There we go. It's going to be like this. And does anybody remember what this was? Let's see. Vital Sense is a no-brainer. You also use semi-rifle cannonade. Cryo rounds. Stormbringer. Hellfire. Critical delay. Oh. Split chamber, normal one. Serration. Yep. There we go. Alright, so this is fine. Let's see something else. Boop, 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 boop. Opticore, dude. If only Opticore. If only this shit was final multiplicative. This will make Opticore usable. But it's sadly additive, and it's worse than freaking Deadhead. Such a fucking shame. Dude, Opticore is... Ugh. Fucking hell, man. Look at this thing, man. I will use this. No joke, I would. For like 2 days. Damage it does is kind of nice. It's just slow. So it needs like better clear, but you cannot make it better than this. Or it needs like a lot of damage, and compression will fix the damage, but sadly it's additive. Only usable, not S tier. And it would be like a above C tier Opticore. It'll be like a B tier. With compression, if it was final multiplicative. Zug. Oh yeah, Ignis. This thing. So when was the last time I touched this thing? Boys, I think it's time to make a freaking Ignis rate build video. But the problem is, nothing has changed. That's the problem. You'll be C tier at max. I think there's no point in there's no point to me making a YouTube video of this when there's no changes. Yeah, there are no changes. I have a new player and this. I have to wait for some kind of new arcane or new mod for me to make a YouTube video of this thing. So I have to push this thing down. Same with Onos. Same with this thing. It's the same build. No changes. Same freaking build. No changes this thing got. Nell Prime I'm releasing today. Tomorrow is going to be Protea. tier list. When summer ends and when it's no longer mega hot tunes, I will release a Kuva tier list. Kuva tier list is going to be the first real tier list on this channel. This is also on the build Hystrix. Oh my god, Stradivar Prime, Tronma Prime. I need to look for more weapons. I think I will do that some other time. Um, okay. So we are done with all this. Oh yeah, this thing. Yeah. Wait, boys. We're not done. Wait. Fully Prime Van? Oof. Like in 3+ years, maybe 4 years. When SNL Prime comes out, we'll get a tier list. I will work on a tier list, dudes. It just takes a while, and it just takes a while. Is it over benefiting to get the base versions of weapons for the better Riven Dispos, or am I wasting my time? I'm the last person to talk about Rivens. I really don't care about Rivens. If I were to care about Rivens, I will look for the best weapon with a decent Riven disposition. If the best weapon has a horrible Riven dispo, I will ignore it. It needs to be like 2 out of 5 or 3 out of 5 and above for me to care about Riven dispo. So this thing here is 276.48. So this thing is primary fire AoE, has final multiplicative system on Javelok. So this is quite good. As long as you remain scoped with Allfire, the icon will display the Allfire bonus, but the actual damage done will be properly calculated. What the fuck? So if I do this... No, there's no way. Crit, you son of a bitch. Ah, it wasn't aim down sight. Nice, 96k? 96k. Tier list, no, there are a lot of garbage weapons, especially on Kuva category. We do have better weapons than others. That's why tier lists are kind of nice in Warframe, especially for new players. And players don't have really a lot of time to play this game. It's better for them to know what is good, what's bad. I won't be going around telling people to use freaking Kuva Kraken over like Kuva Nukor or Kuva Brock. Like Kuva Brock is better than this, and Nukor is a lot more better than this. These two. What is the worst secondary Kuva? I think it's Kraken. Yeah, I think Kraken is the worst one in terms of DPS. Maybe this thing? I have to look into this before I make a tier list. Both of them are single target DPSers. Did they nerf Hildren? No. What will be a better DPSer here? Seer is good. Seer is much better than these guys. Much better. This thing is much better than these guys. Look what it's doing. Let's see against this guy. Look at that. Now let's see the other two. So Kuva Kraken. Yep, everything is good here. Oh yeah, this thing also has the Hellfire. But it's uncontrollable. I have to use Deadhead. Let me use Deadhead. That's going to be much better. Because I believe the other weapon used Deadhead. So what did you use? Deadhead? No, this guy used Cascadian Flare. Oh. Let's use Deadhead because it's better. And it's going to make it more controllable. Plus, Seer can easily generate Cascadian Flare stacks. Maybe not. Maybe this thing isn't the worst. It's slower than the Kuva Seer, but it does good damage. It's slower. It's just slower. And this thing reloads less. And this thing reloads much less. Never mind, this thing reloads freaking more. But it kills this thing so much faster. Kuva. Stubas. This is much faster than... Yeah, it's much faster than Kraken. Plus you can clear better than Kraken. But I have to see the damage. Barack Obama. Yep. They all have the exact same builds because they all function the exact same. The exact same weapons with the exact same builds function exactly the same. If I were to fix the weapon recoil, it will make it more precise. Let's do that real quick. This is also electricity. Yeah, this feels much nicer. I don't know, they all kind of... In terms of clear... I think this is the worst clear. Next to this is this, then this, then this, then this. In terms of single target, this is the fastest by a long shot. Then this, then next to that is like this, then this. But if I were to change this thing a little bit, this thing also doesn't have the proper element, but that's fine. It still has the damage. No, it's much better than Brock. I think Brock might have a much easier time when it comes to clear, but it's not really that noticeable. So it's... Let's see this thing again. Enervate. I mean, this thing has the best clear, that's for sure. And single target as well. Like, this guy's dead. I don't longer need to focus on this guy. Yeah, this is the best secondary. This is a no-brainer. It's also using the wrong freaking diffusion. That was also without the damage diffusion. Oh my god, dude. Okay, Kuonukor is definitely the best one. So this is the best. Second best. Also has the better clear than all of these. Then it's definitely going to be Kua Kraken. Then Stubas, then Brock. Or maybe Brock, then Stubas. I think Stubas will have a easier time clearing. But this thing reloads fast, but this thing has a large magazine size. I just have to see DPS. I believe this will do more damage. The problem is this thing is a shotgun. Yeah, I think it's that. Kua Nukor is a no-brainer. Kua Seer. Kua Kraken. Let me just look into these two one more time. So this thing uses heat with flare. Let's use Deadhead with electricity. Now let's use this guy with Deadhead and electricity as well, just to make it fair. Right. Just to make it fair, we're going to do this. Alright, let's see. It's the exact same build. I believe it's Brock. I think Brock is also shotgun, so you have to be very close to do damage. Well, these guys can like do stuff like this, you know, be far away and DPS. And you will have a much easier time clearing with this thing compared to this thing. Wrong build. I mean, this thing just burst downs everything. Yeah, this thing will definitely be better at, what do you call it? At single target, but much worse clear. I think this is also the worst clear weapon. That's a no-brainer. So yeah, best secondary, second best secondary, third best secondary, fourth best secondary, fifth best secondary when it comes to DPS. Piranha Prime, this is a Kuva tier list. I'm going to do, I don't know when. Maybe after the Frost Warframe. Piranha has problems. So this is this build, the exact same mods. They all use the exact same mods anyways. Secondaries truly have the most unique builds, am I right? I mean, it's better than Brock, but it's not a Kuva comparison. What is this thing? Oh yeah, these two. Oh, fuck me. I think this is better than this, that's for sure. This thing has a horrible augment. Yeah, this thing has... not augment, this has a horrible stance than this. Both of them are influence. Go back. Kua Gulsa also has... how much? 337. $267. But it's missing 30% of this. But it has much better stats than Kua Gulsa. Right. High critical chance, high critical damage by a lot. Slightly less dash chance. And slightly weaker total damage. Even with the 60%, it's going to be weaker. It's slower, but that's not a problem. Bigger AoE. Follow to a 40, well, this thing has 100%. That's quite good, but both of them have a No, I'll take it back. 40% follow through. If this thing had like 70 or something above 70, with the stance hammers have, it's much better stance than this thing with 100% follow through. What's the follow through on this guy? 40. Holy. So the moment you swing this thing and you hit like a third enemy, you do like no damage. Let's see. Let's see. You have to overpower. They know the follow through is such a shit system, but because they constantly give us freaking power creep. Dude, what the hell is this stance? Give me a good stance, please. Perfect. I saw 3 fucking impact damage. 1 impact damage. 4 impact damage. Yeah, you just have to overpower everything with buffs and rifle advance and shit. What the fuck is this range? Oh, you asshole. $20.17. So awful, man. Saren Sobek video? I didn't, but I have to do that. I have to make a Sobek Saren video. I made a Site 9 Sobek build video. I don't know, I have to look at the DPS numbers on these guys. I really don't know. Melee is kind of weird to freaking look into. What is the best one here? What's the best single target weapon here? Kua Sobek is good. Kua Chakur is gimmicky, but it's good. Oh, this is kind of hard. Kua Heck and Kua Comb as well. They also have all different builds from one another. Not really. This uses Crocs. This uses the Augment. This is Acuity, Compression. Yeah, they're kind of different from each other. This is generic. Like, I believe these guys use the exact same build. Same with this. Yeah, these guys are the exact same weapon. I wonder which one is the best AR. What is the best AR? Let's see. So this is the build. Is it Kua Hind? Is it Quartek? Or is it Karak? Let's see. Let me also turn on the lights. There we go. I'm back. Oh. So this is the burst mode. The whole mag. Okay. Auto sucks, I do remember that. Semi is the good one. Let's see. It didn't exhaust the whole mag. Well, it's kind of slow, it's kind of shitty. Alright, next is Kuakarak. This thing has electricity and uses nearly the exact same build. The damage is also small, 40k, 50 something k. It's lower than the both burst mode and the semi mode than this. Plus this thing has 60% electricity and this has 46% electricity. And it has the exact same build. So if this thing had additional 100 and not 100, 14%, it will be much faster. So yeah, this thing is better. Kua Quartek uses nearly the exact same build. I can change this to electricity. This thing has cold. I wish it didn't, but it has cold. Jade Stars, it has LOS. So this thing has two functionalities. When you aim down sight, it's burst. When you let go of aim down sight, it's automatic. Auto sucks. We only care about the burst. Okay. I believe this is the fastest. Let's go back to the semi mode on Kuva Hind. $300k. They're kind of close to each other in terms of DPS. It's like they're the exact same weapon. 57. $90 to 54. So it does have higher. 27, 2.9. How are you? Oh, this is a 4x. Yeah. How the fuck are you reaching this? I mean, this thing has 60, while this thing has 46. I believe if this thing had 60 as well, it will be noticeable. I still have to look into these numbers. This is definitely the worst Kua weapon. The Dragoon, I think it's the worst one. The Goon? I don't believe anything is worse than this. Let's see. It has a really sick skin, dude. Decent damage, surprisingly. Decent damage. Let's see the other freaking shotguns. Shall we? So the other shotgun is Sobek. Sobek does have this, which is huge. So I have a huge suspicion this thing is going to annihilate Dragoon. Here we go. Is this the max? I think I fucked up. Wait. Reload. There we go. Clip delegation is now maxed out. 225% stash chance and multi-shot. Now let's see. I'm one-shotting the heavy gunner. Oh my god, dude. Okay. Okay. It's cheating, dude. It has a really powerful freaking augment. It's cheating. It's freaking cheating. Kuva... Heck. 45%, it's missing 15. This thing also has an augment, 200% multi-shot. So let's see. It's one-tapping the heavy gunners. That's destroying Dragoon. But it's not destroying Sobek. Plus Sobek has a much higher magazine size, while this thing has 4. Now the alt-fire. 2 alt-fires to kill this dude. So it's slower than Sobek. So it might be the second best or maybe the third best. It all depends on the comb. Comb uses Crocs because Chrome is really good with Crocs. I will definitely swap Crocs for Deadhead just to make it even. Yeah, I need to swap a lot of stuff. Because this is not... Yeah, I need to swap. It's not fair. It's not fair. We need to turn this thing like every other shotgun. Which you can. So let's do Deadhead. And we're going to swap around this thing down here for... Make it the same build like the other two. Just to make it fair. What am I missing? Oh, this comes with Toxin? Fuck you. There we go. So this here, we're making it fair. Also, remember, all these weapons have viral, and this guy is immune to viral. Yeah, you also need fire rate on this guy. You need a lot of fire rate on this dude. I mean, that's good. It's definitely faster than Heck. It's definitely faster than Heck. That's quite noticeable. Let's make this thing into the fire rate build. And use shotgun, elementalist. Just to make it fair. All right. I mean, this thing is a different shotgun like the rest, you know? They all have something. I will say this is the worst single target. It also has the lowest base damage. The lowest base damage, worst cruel chance of all of them. I believe it has average cruel damage like some of them, if I remember. It has the best dash chance. Yeah, it has the best dash chance. What if I do this? Let's try it with this. So we lost 360 add to damage, headshot multiplier. It's slower, it is. I think it's faster than the Goon. It's faster than Goon. So this is definitely faster than Goonie Boy. But this is the best shotgun in the game. Plus this guy has acid shells. The guy has clip delegation, augment, and acid shells, a augment. One for single target and the other one for clear. So it's kind of unfair how much they like this thing. So this is the best shotgun in the game, in the Kua family. Then it's going to be Heck, but this thing has the worst clear. This is the worst clear. Second worst clear. Third worst clear, then this is the best clear. Best single target. Second best single target. Third best single target, then fourth best single target. For the rifles, I believe that this will do a lot more damage if I had a 60%, which I don't, while these two have 60s. And I believe this thing does better damage than these two. When it comes to clear, they're all kind of the same. Like, you can use AR form, like this thing, and this also has AR. These two come with burst, and this also has semi. This is better than single target than this thing. This is better single target than this, and this. This might be better single target than these guys. So the only thing left now is Kuachakur, which is the most unique one here. This thing has like... okay, it has really good single target. I mean, this thing is all about single target. The clear on this thing is headshot. So you have to do headshots, and you also have to rely on blast procs. Like that. When blast procs, you're going to do a lot. Single target, it's definitely Fast as fuck. Maybe it's even the fastest one for single target. You can organize them by weapon type. You mean this? Kuva? Yeah, but you cannot organize them by Kuvas. I want to see all the Kuvas. So this is definitely best freaking single target. I don't believe. Maybe this is much better. The thing is, this is all about weak point hits. And it's slow. Well, this thing always works. I'm shocked how good this thing is. Best AoE weapon is going to be Tonkor. It has the best ammo economy, and the damage it does is kind of equal to these guys. Cool Brahma. I will say Cool Brahma is the second best, then Ogress, then Tsar. After so many years of playing these dudes, I already know. Now, when it comes to single target, we can test it out, shall we? Before I despawn. Before I fuck off. So let's start with Tonkor. They all use primary compression, and they all nearly have the exact same mods. I believe Tonkor might be the best one for single target. Okay, that's Tonkor. Brahma. It's slower. It is slower. It's slower by not a lot. Ogress. Maybe this might be the worst single target because this is status rocket launcher, while the other ones are crit. But this thing does have Napalm Night Watch, which might help. Yeah. It's slow. Now let's see Tsar. They all have freaking primary compression. Oh, it's faster than Brahma. It is faster than Brahma. That's for sure. It's faster than Brahma, but it's slower than Tonkor, but it's faster, a lot faster than Ogress. But when it comes to clear, this thing does have the worst clear because of the ammo economy. I think these guys, like especially this guy, has the easiest time. This thing and this thing are kind of equal. And Tsar might be the weakest one, but for single target, it's faster than these two. So this is the best one, second best, third, fourth, clear. Clear the best, second best, third best, fourth best. Yeah, Sobek has better clear in general because of acid shells. But yeah, this is the best primary Kuva weapon for both clear and single target. Like, it's really good. It's like really fucking good. I typed clear, I did. Because I was definitely freaking thinking about this. That's why I typed this. So this is the best primary. But how the fuck do I do a tier list with this? I kind of want to make like a separate Kuva tier list in one video. First we talk about primaries, then secondaries, then melee. I will say the melee is the weakest. I think melee just sucks. It's the only thing that keeps them alive, both of them, is influence. I think both of them are horrible melee weapons. Hammers are outdated and horrible stance. And the Kuva Gulsa is awful. Just make like one full Kuva tier list. Maybe I will, dunes. I mean, this thing is definitely next to Nucor. I'll put this thing, like these guys are definitely, and Nucor are definitely A tier. These guys are A tier. The comfiest AoE weapon with good damage, really good synergies, has single target thanks to compression, single target clear, single target can clear, and Nucor has single target and clear. Everything else here has minor problems. This is definitely the best AR. Doesn't matter, dunes, it does good damage. If you're shooting weak points, you can also crowd control enemies in this game. It's really good. You cannot, like, create now, well, this thing has that. You can't really do that. They all have some kind of conditional gameplay. I mean, these guys don't have any conditional gameplay. This thing has conditional, this thing has conditional, and this thing has conditional. Not really. This also doesn't have any conditional gameplay. It's mostly Gaonai's scope. Well, this thing you have to shoot to get clip delegation. And you also have to get Gaonai's Savvy and Hell. This thing needs Gaonai's Diffusion. And this thing needs Gaonai's App, Scope, Diffusion, Deadhead. But I will not, like, tell people, well, this thing has conditionals. No, we are going to ignore conditionals. We're just going to focus on single target DPS and what does good damage and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, these guys are the best ones in the primary section, and Kuvanukor. This is the best AR. Maybe not A tier on this guy. This guy's going to be, yeah, this guy's going to be weaker. Maybe this and this with new core. These guys are going to be A tier. This is going to be like B tier, and this is going to be C tier. And then next to this guy is going to be other stuff. Maybe Brahma is going to be like B tier. This is going to be C tier. B tier. Lowest C tier. Lowest C tier. I think this one has the best clear. No, Kuwasobek exists. This is going to be like high C tier or maybe entering B tier. C tier. B tier. Yeah, stuff like that. I don't know if I'm ever going to add anything on D tier. So this is easily A tier, C tier, C tier, C tier, and I'll put this thing in B tier. This is good. And these guys, these two are going to go on C tier. I will just mention influence. Again, I'm going to, if I mention influence, I will definitely say something like I'll put these guys at B tier, but I will not count influence. That's the thing. I will not count influence on these guys. Because these guys are not doing anything. Influence is the melee weapon. But I still have to look into their DPS. I still have to look into all of these dudes' DPS. We did test it on Baboos. Right? But I will still have to look into all of these dudes' DPS. But that won't be anytime soon, because I won't be making a tier list. Who knows? Maybe 2 to 3 months, nothing. I will surprise people with the tier list, okay? Alright, that's enough. No more. No more! Oh, I'm done. Tomorrow, no streams. I won't be streaming for a couple of days. I will be back 21st. 21st, it's going to be Hero Siege, new league, new season. I won't be touching Warframe for quite a while, mostly because there's nothing to do. And I'm waiting for the updates. I might do like weekly resets, maybe. I'll think about it. But yeah, that's it for now, boys. Thank you yet again, everybody, for watching. Thank you. See you all next time. GG's, everybody. GG's. Goodbye, goodbye.